The whole 996 thing is not the path to the promised land. You need to have some hobbies, take care of yourself.
But also for
friends.
networking, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is about do you get this content on TikTok? It's like the 6 places to meet high-value men.
No,
it's like,
I'm not on TikTok.
Polo.
Tell me what they are, Sam.
It's like polo or like wine tasting.
Crypto.
Bored high-value men.
New wife money.
The wife-changing money.
Wife-changing money.
Wife-changing money.
Yeah.
Hello, friends. Welcome to More or Less. How is it going, Morans?
Hey, guys.
Dave, I saw you on TITV today.
Yeah, I did TITV. Yeah.
How's the experience? Are we getting you your
great.
clips in a timely manner?
You are. Yes, I've got many clips that I have yet to post, but, also posted live in real time. And we had one of our founders, Ty Haney. That was nice of you guys to bring her on.
We love Ty.
What'd you talk about? Give us this little snippet.
We talked about stuff we've talked about on this pod many times, consumer crypto, mimetic finance. But a lot of what Ty is working on is building a loyalty platform that increases LTV for brands. It's all built on crypto, but the consumer has no idea. And it's going quite well. They've got millions of users, a lot of stuff going on. It's pretty neat.
But she's also back at OV, right? Outdoor Voices?
Yeah, she's not, she's CEO of TYB. She's advisor, board member, chairwoman now of OV and working on design and whatnot with them. But OV is actually one of the brands building on top of TYB now.
There's so many acronyms. Oh my goodness. Ugh.
Yeah. OV, TYB, XYZ.
Great things coming to TITV. By the time this is released, well, I don't know. We have some awesome guests this week, so thank you. And Bray.
I like your chirons. How do you say that?
Chiron.
Where did chiron come from?
That's above my pay grade. But my production team calls them lower thirds.
Yeah, that too.
I like
they're
lower
interchangeable.
Third. Did you notice our graphics update? We have new graphics.
You should put the weather. Jess, one of the things I learned in my 10 years of working on the Today Show is the weather is what keeps people tuned in. You just got to but you should make it funny weather.
Jess, Sam could be your weatherman.
Cloudy with a chance of interest rate cuts.
Cloudy with a chance of GPU shortages. Sam has had this idea since before we launched. And so
Sam as the TITV weatherman is the best idea.
I don't have big enough tits.
Sam, there's two kinds of great weathermen. You can be like a crazy Kramer style weatherman, or you can be big tits.
We're going to choose the youngest looking Silicon Valley VC, the ageless longevity peptide loving VC. Yeah. But you're about to turn 40.
Girls get to be in the running too.
Guys, I was going to do injectable peptides on the show live, but I already did them today.
Injectable?
Yeah, I moved on. I'm now an injectable person.
Like with needles injectable in your face?
I'm just prepping for when we're all taking GLP-1s now. No, I stick them in my belly. You're supposed to stick them in your face.
That's fine. I don't know. It's just peptides in your face. I don't know. Jess and I microneedle, so I thought maybe it was like a version of that.
I've never microneedled. I've other needled, but
I've done all the needling.
Don't stick the peptides in your face. I was speaking to a hedge fund manager yesterday who I really like. Just don't stick it in your face. Anywhere, but
stick it anywhere but your face.
Anyway, it does seem the consensus that in a few years we're going to be popping GLP-1s like crazy.
Yeah, pills too. No more.
Isn't everyone? Yeah. Like, what happens then? Is there a whole bunch of extra stuff that you need to then take to make yourself not look like a skeleton?
You have to lift so many weights.
Yeah.
Like this, we talked about this. Sam's phone. Okay. Well, Dave, thanks for coming on.
You got it.
Big week,
Anytime.
guys. You say that and you will find yourself on the TITVs.
Cool. Let's
quite
go.
frequently. Big week. We have the next step in government v. TikTok. By the time this airs, Meta will have unveiled its next hardware, which we can talk a little bit about. What else is happening? We've got Labor Cup San Francisco.
Yeah, I saw Alcatraz was touring Alcatraz.
I'm not a fan of this, by the way. I mean, you make the most gifted, inspiring tennis player in the world get on a ferry and lock himself in a jail cell? Like, what?
I mean, he might have wanted to go travel over there. It's like it is a tourist thing to do around here.
It's like, what's my favorite part about SFO when it's like, welcome to SFO, and it's a picture of a prison because like they're marketing a tourism marketing board. I'm like, it's like, imagine it's like exactly what you expected the future to be in some post-apocalyptic things. Like, welcome to our city known for our prison.
I do not understand why we haven't just torn that thing down and made it into an insane hotel.
It has no water. It has no plumbing.
You could get water over there.
It doesn't matter. It's 20.
You could get water over there. Every single island resort in like Fiji runs on diesel. Like you could definitely get water over there.
Make it an interesting point, which is as the liberal heart city that's so mad at Donald Trump. If Donald Trump is like, let's make it a fucking prison, you think that's the perfect opening for someone to be like, no, we're California. We're going to rip it down and make it a park.
No, we're going to make it a wellness institute.
I've stayed in a prison hotel before. There's a prison hotel in Boston, I think.
Is that because you got arrested, Britt?
No, it was a prison that got renovated into a hotel, and it's actually cool.
My uncle spent 6 months in a prison hotel. No, he didn't actually.
A real prison.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh.
That's what I think people are going to just now say. I didn't go to prison. I went to a hotel that's a prison.
This is definitely the new tip of the spear Democratic Party message.
Oh
Alcatraz is the battleground.
Yeah. Someone should go bulldoze Alcatraz. Some Mondami 6.0 should be trying to bulldoze Alcatraz and turn it into low-income housing.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
It'd be the most expensive low-income housing of all time.
Plenty of people have big you can have great parties on it.
Here's the twist. You ready? Here's the evil twist. It turns out, you know how the far left and the far right actually end up wanting the same thing because they're both crazy? Yeah. So the far right wants it to be a prison. The far left wants to be low-income housing, but it turns out that a prison is low-income housing.
Oh, no. You just see these things, and it's like, what do you do?
It's the same thing.
Okay.
It's so good.
I'm just saying, there's a circularity to the universe.
There is a circularity to the universe. This is, and I got a couple, we don't have to, we're not going to talk about, but I got a couple questions why we did not cover last week on the pod the Charlie Kirk assassination shooting. And the short answer is it just happened after we had taped. So that was the answer to that. And obviously a horrific time, but.
So the interesting, guys, I'm actually quite curious on this. So it's interesting. We hosted a dinner on Monday night with a bunch of people. And in my media appetite world, I mostly was seeing was people on the left and across the political spectrum and big influencers being like, whoa, this Charlie Kirk thing is fucking crazy. This is obviously not the way to solve our problems. Like, we might not agree with him, but like speech is speech. And like, he's a reasonable dude. So that was like my entire feed was like that. Was that what you guys had too? Or did you have other stuff?
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
That's what I had.
At this dinner, like half to 2/3 of the people are like, no, that's not what we're seeing. We're seeing people like celebrating it. I'm like, whoa, that's like super weird because that's not what I'm seeing. And like, it was a very interesting like media tunnel moment for me.
Totally.
Jess, what are you seeing? Are you seeing like people being
like... I saw both, but I saw a lot of liberals who were not just denouncing it, who were
wild.
Not who were all celebrating it, but who were they weren't just flat denouncing it. And
so that's interesting. I only had straight denunciation. It's interesting because of media like echo chambers. In my head, the message was, oh, we've moderated since that crazy shit when they killed the CEO of the healthcare company. It's like, thank God people are like growing up, but apparently they're not.
Well, I think both are happening. I mean, like, I think you're right that some people are growing up, but I don't think we are blanketly. I think it was just
Did you hear like gun sales were at their highest they've ever been the 48 hours following the Charlie Kirk death?
Well, everyone's so scared about their security. I was talking to someone in DC who was just saying, like senators don't have round the clock protection and all this stuff. And it's terrifying. I mean, even Taylor Swift has added security now.
She's behind a wall now. No, she's just behind a wall. I thought there was like some rumor she was pregnant. And I was like, come on,
guys. What was the point of that? Does anyone know?
To protect her.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I think she just likes to hide and stuff.
Yeah. It is very like science fiction narrative though, right? Where like everyone has to like put on, like soon we're going to be walking around in armored suits, right? Like middle steampunk Middle Ages because
that's what they say about the ICE agents, right? They're covering their faces because they're getting doxxed at home.
I know that from South Park.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah.
Love South Park. No. Has South Park put out another episode yet?
Guys, it's very hard to figure out when South Park publishes new episodes. It's like
I
random.
love those guys. And I love that they seem to have figured out the best deal in television where it's like, we'll make shows when we feel like it.
Next time someone's like, you, the information, have to publish more frequently. We don't get that anymore because we publish very frequently. I'll be like, South Park just publishes when the tablets have something to say. So guys, speaking of the tablets having something to say, your favorite topic, I'm looking at you, Dave and Sam, the TikTok, back in the news. So it turns out that the United States government passing a law saying it was endangering national security and needed to go was a little more nuanced because allegedly Trump and Xi are close to striking a deal. Maybe by the time you listen to this, I think they have a phone call Friday morning. I read the information that will be very important on this. And this deal, well, I guess this deal does comply with the law. But ByteDance would own only 20% of this new TikTok US company. The rest would be owned by shareholders like Andreessen Horowitz, KKR, maybe some of the existing shareholders. New board, unclear if the United States government gets to have a say in any of the board seats or not, unclear. And new app, new CEO, new business. What do you think, Sam? Does this meet your bar?
Wait, the point you're missing is that we are licensing the algorithm. We don't own the algorithm.
Correct. And so the concession Trump has allegedly extracted from the Chinese government in exchange for what would be a great question for someone to get to the bottom of is that Beijing will allow the licensing of the algorithm, which they had heretofore banned. Is this a problem, Sam, or is this good news? What is
To be
this?
honest with you, here's my take. One, this is the way the cycle works, which is everyone is just fucking bored of this story, right? And so, like, the reality is, it is a war of attrition. There's two strategies. One strategy is flood the zone so that everyone goes on to the next thing, and the other is just extend until everyone's so fucking burned out and doesn't care, and we move on, right? So this is clearly like a moment in corporate media strategy history of just like war of attrition. I don't even fucking care anymore. Two, I will say that it is interesting. I downloaded TikTok for the first time in years recently because I'm like, what's going on TikTok? And like, it's pretty weird. It's very different than it was when I last used it in terms of the algorithm. It's just like, I mean, you know what it honestly comes down to is at this point, Instagram knows me really well and TikTok's forgotten everything about me. And like the content that's just like the weird swath of TikTok content is super fucking weird until it like has
You're not getting Marin Dad and Surfer Girl?
No, and I'm getting like super weird, hyper weird political stuff and whatever. Like it just doesn't. It's interesting when TikTok doesn't know who you are, which is like it just must have reset me at this point, or that lost context on whatever. It's like it's a very weird set of content. It goes to show you again, like in terms of media channels, like how broad the world is out there. From a national security and like identity standpoint, and all this type of stuff, I think it's still like structurally a ridiculous risk, right? Like basically like. It's never made. It is a huge national security hole. I'm glad we're sort of moving the ball on it. I'm not sure how much this does move the ball on it. Although the reality is, if it's A16Z and Silver Lake who are running it, my sense is like Mark Andreessen's crazy is a little different than like Chinese crazy, and so that might just be a different crazy that gets projected into it. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'm just like bored of the story, even though I think it like structurally has all the same problems, and I'm glad there's something happening, and I have no care or mental capacity to analyze whether what the details of what's going on are good or bad.
Got it. Okay. Dave, what do you think?
Well done negotiating teams for just making everyone bored.
Yeah. Am I bored or am I just still confused? Like it seems like there's nothing changing. Like I read all of the data in the articles and things, and it just seems like nothing changed. So I'm bored because they accomplished nothing, right? They like, I guess, are transferring ownership, but it seems as though China still has some control over the algorithm. Like I can't tell whether or not the hearts and minds of American, like whatever, half of Americans are safe or not. Like that's the thing that I can't tell.
Well,
can you guys tell?
What the press release will say is yes, because the data is on Larry Ellison's servers. But it
doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter if the data is on his servers. What matters is what algorithm is choosing what to show you next.
Yeah, well, that's coming from China.
And that's it. Like, this is not that complicated. Then nothing changed. Like, and Americans are not safe.
I think the other thing to keep in mind, though, which is like the new battleground, is like everyone's just like a shiny object thing. And like youth is the ultimate trump card to get people to care about things. And here's the reality. The new youth thing people care about is how like ChatGPT is making kids kill themselves. Yeah. And so people just moved on to the new battlefield, right? Which is like LLMs and like what they're telling people. And so I just also think there's like fatigue on like everyone's like, this social media stuff is all shit and like brain rot. Let's argue about bots driving people crazy by confirming what they think, which is why I don't know if this was mattered or not, but like OpenAI is like, we're going to create a version for people under 18. And I'm like, yeah, like, good, you should. I have no idea what that's going to look like. But
well, and instead it's going to warn parents if they're talking about anything really crazy.
Give us your TikTok take and then bring us into the ChatGPT take. Yeah.
Similar things to Dave and Sam, but I was intrigued by Mark Andreessen getting involved. Is it on behalf of A16? And does that benefit the firm and its portfolio in any way, even just from like being able to see under the hood?
Is he going to stay on the Facebook board and be on the TikTok board?
Oh, this is their least favorite topic. They hate this topic.
Who was? Facebook or TikTok?
No, Andreessen. Like if you point out he's on the Meta board, they're like, well, but why is that relevant? He's just on the Meta board.
That seems insane.
How they might they've taken it. I think we didn't run an op-ed for one of their people because we felt like it was an important detail, or there was some hotly contested debate around this point.
So just to push on this, wasn't there a huge scandal with
Apple and Google? That was so old school.
Yeah, but that was the old school version of this. Like you can't didn't people lose their shit at Eric Schmidt and there was a whole issue with this on the iPhone? Are we really doing this again?
No one. I don't think Andreessen will be on the TikTok board, but A16Z will be a shareholder in TikTok. How big, we don't know. But no, I don't.
Which is also not surprising. They're a shareholder in everything now.
Yeah, that's
the Goldman Sachs of Silicon Valley.
They should just call it. It's actually good. They should rename it instead of A16Z. They should call it A2Z.
Totally.
And then that's what it is.
Does this benefit their venture arm in any way?
They're not a venture firm anymore.
Well, I get it. Fine. But I'm just, I don't know. Are Sequoia going to go take a big stake in?
Also not a venture firm anymore.
Is Sequoia in this deal too?
Why wouldn't they be? They're an asset manager.
No, I understand. But I'm saying are they on? Yeah.
I don't think we know yet.
Because if they're not, someone getting angry.
That's what I'm saying. I'm more about the Jets and the Sharks.
Someone getting fired if Sequoia somehow is not in this deal.
No, they didn't overlook Sequoia. Either Roloff wants to be in it or he doesn't.
No. Sequoia doesn't. If Sequoia somehow lost access to this, someone's getting fired at Sequoia.
They're not. They didn't lose access to this.
Fine. So they chose not to invest in it. That sounds crazy.
Maybe. I don't know. They have a shit ton of ByteDance exposure and they have 20% through their ByteDance exposure.
Does Peak have access is the question, maybe.
Who?
No, that's the Indian one, isn't it?
No, Peak is China and India, I believe.
Hongshan is... So Neil does not have access to this. No way. Neil can't touch... I don't think Neil wants to touch this. I think he's had enough. But...
Let's get him on TITV and find out.
I'm pro Neil.
We're all pro Neil. I don't think he's going to come on TITV, or more or less, but we can ask. Okay, so kind of non-issue. Who's going to run TikTok? I want predictions. Who's going to run?
But TikTok what US? Does that even mean? Nothing changed. The algorithm's still controlled by China.
You're the CEO of a shell company. But actually, ByteDance kind of is a bunch of shell companies too. So you're so shell deep.
Is that an easy job where you just kind of coast a bit? What's the sell? What's the sell? Tell me more about this job description you've got here.
You have to do a trip to meet with the Chinese Communist Party once a year at their annual meeting, kiss the ring.
We can give here's your to-do list for what you're looking for in a new TikTok CEO for the US. Someone who's good with the press and actually talks to them, because you're just going to get a lot of there is a figurehead element to this. So someone who can do the panels and whatever. I guess you don't even necessarily need that, but it's a little bit kind of ceremonial because I don't think there's huge product direction decisions. Someone who can get the advertising flowing, because for all of its rocket ship growth, TikTok is way under monetized, especially in the US. They've cycled through so many different heads of monetization from Meta that I've lost track. Linda Yaccarino types,
Cheryl comes out of retirement and does it. What do you think?
Oh my God. Probably not. What else does this person need? And then, you have to enjoy getting trotted around and dragged through the mud like that. I think that's probably the third.
I'd do it, but only if I could be the Tom of TikTok. I like everyone to follow me.
It's good for your creator strategy.
That's a Succession reference, everybody. If you've listened.
No, it's not. It's a MySpace reference.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were doing, yeah.
Serious question though. Whoever's running this thing, if the algo's just a licensed black box,
yes.
Who has veto on the model updates? The US board, the licensor?
This is a good question. We will add it to the reporting list. Veto.
I mean,
on
seriously,
model updates.
Who has veto? Who has approval, veto, whatever on the model? That.
I want to say Larry Ellison because that's just starting to be the answer.
That'd be great.
Yeah. How do you know the model's changing?
That would be great, but I want to know when the
but
rubber
how do
meets
you
the
know
road.
when
Who
the model
controls
is
the For You
changed?
page? Exactly.
It just seems like such a hard job to have to sit there all day, every day, picking videos for people. So much work.
And you have to make them too. You have to make them and pick them. It's really hard. Okay. Well, thoughts and prayers to the new TikTok US
I would pay
CEO.
money for a new social media app where a human actually picked videos just for me. It's very humanly curated.
Oh my God. Have you watched television? People curate it. Producing.
No, but very short videos. I still don't have attention span. I just want my feed to be what Jess thinks I should.
For what it's worth,
pay
I'm
attention
kind of
to.
with you on this. I effectively feel like I implicitly do this because I sit there all day sending memes to people in message threads. But if you told me that there could be a better interface where I could just be you could install the SAM app and just takes the things that I retweet, the entire app is just a feed of links, and but I want vertical scroll and the caching to work, and it's just this is what Sam thinks is funny. I get behind that.
Yeah. Oh, Jess, I made a new app today.
Oh, cool.
That I think you would like. So, ready for the pitch?
Mm-hmm.
It's for women. Sorry, Dave and Sam. All you do is take a picture of your makeup or beauty. Everyone keeps it on their counter in the bathroom. And then it uses AI to decode all the products and everything, lists them out, puts them in a commerce, supported product UI. And then lets friends vote up and down on them. Because I think this is what girls always want, is to know what you're using, what you're trying. I made that in 10 minutes today.
I like it. I don't know that I have a lot of skincare. I don't have a lot of makeup, so I'm not sure.
Skincare. It can be good for skincare too. Anyway, speaking of humans generating content for other humans, I think this is the direction we're all moving to.
I do like the circularity. If we get back to humans making content for humans, that's a great tagline for something.
Would this be a good point to bring up Sam's epic troll of me that is unfolding in real time?
I saw this troll.
You mean my etiquette school?
No.
Wall Street Journal.
The home delivery of the print Wall Street Journal.
I do want to talk about my etiquette school, which is crushing.
Okay, fine. Let's give you the floor on the etiquette school.
So here's the deal. I don't know, Dave and Britt, do you follow my etiquette school?
Can you clarify? But the people want to know. I have received text messages from other editors or other publications. Is this a joke?
No, well,
that's perfect. That means it's perfect kayfabe, Jess. It means you're doing WWE perfectly.
Let me explain the situation. As you guys all know, this thing called Y Combinator, right? And Y Combinator.
Did we talk about this on the pod already? Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't talk about what Sam's about to talk about.
Okay, so do it, but do it.
I'll do it in brief form, and I'll get to the punchline, which is, look, one thing I've noticed, right, is that you have a lot of young founders who dropped out of school at 12. And they've spent all their time talking to Bob in accounting about what to build. And they don't really understand anything about etiquette or how to interact in the world with investors or partners or anything beyond the demo day pitch, right? They don't know how to send emails that don't look like AI. They don't know how to sit at a dinner table and which fork to use. They certainly don't know how to dress. They don't know how to shake a hand. They don't know how to send a thank you note. They don't know any of this stuff. So I sent Jack Rains, who works at Slow, to YC to invite people who are graduating from YC to a Slow Ventures etiquette finishing school, where we could teach them in a day all the things they need to know about proper human interaction, how to, have a conversation and follow up and shake hands and wear clothes and all of these types of things. This is a real thing, especially as candidly technology commoditizes and pitching commoditizes. actually demonstrating that you are the type of person that knows how to interact with people and have a human conversation and like recruit and engage is all very important skills that I really feel like kids are missing. So we have Etiquette School. It turns out Gary Tan not like this.
Do you charge for that? Like, is this a business? You're doing
this?
No,
this is a community service.
Yeah, but Sam, this was a joke, right? Like when I read this, I was like, this is Sam
No,
being
it's
Sam.
not a joke.
It's a commentary about the state of the world that is important to actually execute. And so here's the reality.
It's super offensive.
Why is it offensive?
It just comes off that way.
Why? So you might not be a good candidate for Etiquette School, Dave, but
I love this. Keep going, boys.
So here's the thing. So I just think I'm trying to help people understand how to interact with other humans well, and kind of just basic etiquette, basic interaction style. Bring a gift when you go to someone's house.
Sam, these are things that you don't do.
Sam, you've never brought a gift to my house.
That's why I thought this was funny, is because you violate all of these rules on the internet.
No, to be clear, I know the rules and I strategically violate them.
I know, but like you can't then market an etiquette school when you're violating it all the time.
No. I think you guys misunderstand. I own a tux.
Clearly everyone misunderstands.
I own a tux. That's your response.
We have tailors coming. We have wine tasting. We also have how to shake hands. We have like all this core curriculum planned out.
When is it?
Wait, this is real?
Yeah. We have an event space.
Jess, this is real?
100%. And we've had like hundreds of applications to it.
Is there a cotillion following it?
I have a counter pitch to this.
It's November 5th.
You realize that nobody on the West Coast knows any of these words, let alone what any of this means.
This is such a Northeast kind of idea.
This is such a waspy Northeast, like, Harvard.
Yeah, but again, look, you know what, Dave?
But
here's
Dave,
the reality.
you kind of want to come. You kind of want to be a fly on the wall.
No, I don't. I'm from the West. I give no
fucks
about
this. Can I pitch you guys the Dave and Britt version of this when you're done, Sam?
Yes. Sam gets 30 more seconds and then over to the Morans.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
For 2 days now, on the internal book face of YC has been pinned Gary Tan, who runs YC's response to this, which is PSA, do not attend SLO's Etiquette School. And it's great. He has a line in there where he goes, where we're going, we don't need country clubs. And I'm like, no, where we're going, if AI works, the whole world is just country clubs. Yeah. So like clearly, but the upshot is...
But Sam, this is what I'm saying, is that I figured that this was your exact marketing strategy to get that message to appear on Bookface.
Of course. It is 100% what I intended and what I want.
Can you tell the people what Bookface is?
It's the reverse internal YC like version of like a network where they talk to each other.
It's the directory.
Yeah.
It's where all the founders discuss investors and rate investors.
It is obviously funny. Agreed. It is obviously like you got to believe in the joke. But there's also like a lot of real skills I think people should know and be aware of if they're coming out of YC.
I thought this was entirely a joke.
Well, it's both. It is funny. It's kind of like Seinfeld. It is funny, but also true. And therefore, it's not for everyone. It's clearly not for you, Dave. You should not come. But like, I'm really excited to host this. And like,
I have
think it's going to be great.
Etiquette skills, Sam.
Can I bring TITV or what are the broadcast
Absolutely.
rights?
We'd love to have, this is, we're not high about, I'm actually thinking of out of this, I'm going to write a book too, which is called Modern Etiquette in Silicon Valley, which kind of explains the actual rules of how things work.
Sam's calling, Jess.
All right.
I've been encouraging him to write a book, so.
I'd like to jump in with my counter proposal now. So all of this sounds fine. Fine. Let's like know how to shake hands and look people in the eye.
Do you have a stylist coming? Do you need Brooke? You have a stylist?
Brooke would be great if she wants to do it. I also have that guy I met at Wilkes Bashford who like thinks that I'm a high roller. I was going to have him come and do tailoring, but
he does Brioni or bust. So just
no, he doesn't do Brioni bust. But I feel like it'd be a great business opportunity for him.
Okay, Britt, over to you.
We're going to be business formal, and we're going to have maitre d' jackets for kids who don't have jackets.
Guys, here's the problem. No one wants to wear maitre d' jackets. Like, we don't care. It's fine to know how to shake a hand and be proper. What today's founder really needs is to know how to be cool, and they need to know the people. They need to know what the people like and what the culture likes and what's going on out in the real world. I present to you the Offline Ventures Street Smarts School.
I think that's great.
We will take all the founders in after they go to their etiquette school and we'll actually make them cool. We'll tell them why Labubus are popular. We'll explain all the Taylor Swift Easter eggs. We'll teach them about what's actually a cool outfit to wear, not a maitre d' jacket.
Crash course is pretty good. So here's my cross pitch to you guys. You can come do a session at Etiquette School called Modern Culture 101. and cross promote it if you'd like.
I like it.
Bring Pop Culture Corner, I'll Lesson Fest too. Yeah.
My thing is like, here's the implicit thing, which Dave is pointing at. It's funny. It's actually useful. And I actually kind of only want to work with YC founders who want to come to something like this. Like, if you don't want to do this and don't think it's funny,
do you have to be a
like,
YC founder or can you be any founder?
That's a great question. We're starting with YC only, but I suspect we're going to open it up further because there's been a lot of demand.
Elitist.
This is just like the perfect divide of the lessons who grew up in the Northeast and went to Harvard, and the Morans who went to public schools and grew up in the West and the South. And I think it's great because you need both. You need both. They're complementary, and we will be the successor to your.
Oh my God.
It's not successor. I think these things go hand in hand. I think the point which we're both making is YC teaches you a very narrow set of skills for demo day, which is how to pitch and get your investors and do a product market fit presentation that everyone's going to buy. Fine. There's a lot of other skills that go into being a successful like executive and leader in Silicon Valley or really in any industry. There is a bunch of etiquette that if you weren't taught, you should have the benefit of knowing because people are going to expect it and they judge you based on it. Like when you're at a meeting, if you don't take your coffee cup after you've had coffee and offer to return it to the sink or the kitchen and you leave it there, guess what? That's a demerit. People don't know that. Right. But it's really true. Right.
Be on time. Be 5 minutes early. Like be early.
Be early. Like there's like all these things that I don't grudge kids for not knowing it, but they don't know it. Someone's got to teach them these things or it's not fair. It's the exact same thing of like the old days of Silicon Valley where people didn't know how to put together a pitch, anyone would believe. There's all these social signals that like no one's telling these kids. And like,
but Sam,
I'm here for it.
If the entire ecosystem has just shifted and nobody knows any of these things anymore, does it even matter?
But the thing is, lots of people know these things, right? And like the people that actually
But what if it's all dying with the boomers and millennials kind of don't care?
They do. They do.
I care. I had a late founder today and it kind of bothered me.
And like, I honestly absolutely judge people if they don't offer to take their coffee club to the kitchen, which happens. And like, I think it's a thing that like, if part of me doesn't even want to tell people that because I think it's an important signal about like, are you a considerate person? Are you thinking about the room? And so it's like giving away the secret. But candidly, that's what YC did, which is it gave away a bunch of the secrets. So I'm like, I should give away the etiquette secrets.
Thank you notes are important. And
handwritten
also,
thank you note is going to crush it.
You know, Britt, something that's surprisingly durable, even in our more relaxed Valley culture, is like thank you gifts.
Yeah. Gifts everywhere.
Not for a run-of-the-mill meeting. Like, please, people don't.
Yeah, we took a bunch of people away for a big event this weekend, and I'm already getting asks for my address.
You should.
For something to send. But I think it's, not if you have a gifting assistant, which apparently people have nowadays, because I'm like, did they choose my gift or did their assistant just?
Well, but you can tell, right? And also a book, just your favorite book of the moment. That I can really help you.
You can help with this, Jess. I think it's a thing. And I think we just up-level Silicon Valley culture. And like, people who are upset about this, like either don't get the joke or they're just not my people. But like, I think this is valid to teach the kids. And if the kids want to learn it, I'm here for it.
Also, like, don't be on your phone all the time. Like, you know, all these things, like you go, again, there's different kinds of meetings, but there are things people need to.
There's a lot of things. And like, I just think it's like, put differently, if we believe that YC or these incubators, their whole pitch is leveling the playing field and teaching you how to interact in these zones and how to put together a business pitch and whatever, I feel like they're like missing like an enormous amount of the content that actually levels the playing field. And I'm here to level the playing field. So look, finishing school for those who want it. If you don't, it's fine. But I do absolutely adore how much of a rise it's gotten out of the YC community in both directions. Because like, yeah, I am in it for that too.
So how many people ultimately will be participating in class one?
Do you have
how many for
sign-ups?
class
we have
one?
like a few hundred There's been a few hundred sign-ups. We're having people go through an application.
A few hundred sign-ups?
Yeah.
What's your first batch going to be?
Wow.
Well, we're booking a venue in San Francisco. I was going to do it at like a country club.
It takes 90 days to teach a CEO, 8 hours to make an adult.
Well, I don't know what it is, but we're going to start with an afternoon and just be like, look, here's the thing. And I am actually excited to like take all the content and record it all and just see if we can publish a book as well. Because I think like Sam Lesson, Emily Post update is just kind of a thing.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
With the Jessica forward and afterward.
It makes absolutely no sense. This is why everybody's so confused.
It's fine, Dave. It's not for you. It's not for you. I would say that actually...
No, Sam, I get the joke. I'm just like, I'm trying to, help you understand why this is so confusing to everyone. We're going to bring this segment
to a close, but I also want to offer some other advice of things you should discuss. You should talk about hobbies. And I think it's very important to you don't have to ski and play tennis and run and blah, blah, blah. But being into one of those things is good.
This is sort of part of the street smart school.
The whole 996 thing is not the path to the promised land. You need to have some hobbies, take care of yourself.
But also for
friends.
Networking, right? So,
well, this is basically, I get this content. Do you get this content on TikTok? It's like the 6 places to meet high value men.
No.
I'm not on TikTok. Tell me what they are, Sam.
Oh, there's like the whole series where like, you get it, Brett? It's like,
no, I don't.
We're like, pick up these hobbies to meet high value men. And you're like, then like, it's like polo or like wine tasting.
No, you can update that. That's the Emily Post
Bored
update.
high value men.
New wife money.
New wife money. Wife changing money.
Oh, wife changing money. Wife
money.
changing money. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we have a couple more topics we have to get to. So do want to, speaking of etiquette, Meta will be, by the time this comes out, unveiling their latest device in the Glasses AR hardware series. Sam, hot take on the device.
I like it. I mean, I think it's like, here's what I'd say. The way I would put it is...
Have you used it?
I have.
Yes.
The device, which is kind of just cameras and audio and whatever, is now a few generations in. I like literal. I think it's a great device. Like I use it a bunch. It's great. You walk through.
You're talking about 1.0.
Wait, are we talking about this one?
That one.
Yeah,
that one. Or the slight
Ray-Bans. Yeah.
The new one, which will be available for sale by the time this is, or at least for pre-order by the time this thing is out, adds some features, which I guess we can talk about because they're out, which is like stuff like
Sam's learning embargoed information. Look at
I don't really know how this works. And like, what happens if they don't then exactly release what they said? I don't know.
This is exactly what journalists deal with. But given that the keynote's in an hour and a half, I think we're okay.
So like, if we're unsafe and we'll edit it out later, I guess, is like, look, it's like, it has a heads-up display that works. So you can like use apps inside the glasses. You know, you can text and like write messages using the screen and like the wristband in the headset.
It was also leaked, actually. So many, yes. So
my favorite, which here's my thing that I think is like the greatest actual experience, which I love, is there's a mode where you can just turn on subtitles on the human speaking. So like if you're in a loud environment or whatever, you just look at a person and it picks up who you're looking at and then just writes out what they're saying.
That's really good.
That's good.
That'll be really good for my brain.
Live subtitling or even like buffering. I actually don't know if this is in the device or just a thing I want to be in the device, but like I love the direction of like, once you do that, you can just like be like, I'm not really paying attention to you. So like buffer the last 10 seconds of what you said and paraphrase it, or just like give me the thing I can quickly read to catch back up when I think about you
Could
again.
do that on Zoom too. Could we wear the glasses and a Zoom call? Because that happens to me a lot.
You'll be able to like watch reels in the glasses while you're in space. So you don't need to be on Zoom anymore to like be on Instagram.
Just what the world needs. More reels in front of their eyes.
I think that I think it's great. I mean, the one thing I'd say is like, I think it will take, as with any of these things, like a few generations to be completely fucking dialed, but I'm absolutely buying it. And I'm annoyed because last week Meta gave me another pair of the free last generation ones. Ugh. And I'm like, what are you dumping the old ones on me? Like I want the...
Yes,
they totally are. Yeah, literally.
So I think there's some cool things about it. And what, so you basically are using your hand as you would.
Have you tried it?
I have, yeah, as like a mouse or cursor, but with very, very small gestures that are picked up by this band that you're wearing. You can type and all these things. And I think that it's very cool to see like a next step in a new computing platform where it's very early and who knows, and it clearly is a next step. But I also really do not want a world where I'm having a conversation with someone and they're pretending to be in the conversation and writing an email. And I guess my question is like, am I just naive? And that's absolutely where the world is going.
No, you're not naive.
Because I also like, you're just going to not want to have conversations with people like it. So I think there could be some very cool applications, and it's just so early. We don't know what those will be, but I really hope the killer use case of like tuning out the real conversations and blatantly trying to trick people into thinking you're having the conversation. I hope that isn't like the dominant use case.
Yeah, I was thinking about it with even my kids. I'm even trying to put my phone away as much as possible when I'm around my kids. And can you imagine wearing these around your kids and your kids knowing you might be doing something totally else while you're like at their soccer game, or, you're supposed to be having this quality time.
Guess what you're going to need? Etiquette School. Put your fucking glasses down in a meeting.
Yeah, I mean, just honestly, Britt, and I think it's so much like, I don't know what I was reading something or listening to something and obviously kids and technology is a huge corpus of information, right? But like we're basically, every time we pick up our phones in front of our kids, we're like training them to think that our phone is more interesting than they are.
Yeah.
But I think there are ways to counteract this, right? Because you have to pick up your phone. So if I do, I say, oh, I just got a call from someone at work and I want to give them an answer so they can solve their problem, right? I like tell my kid and...
Or you're just like, this conversation is really boring and my phone is more interesting, child. You should be more interesting.
I will fess up that there are times when that has happened and I've just said, oh, I'm messaging Grammy so that they don't think I'm on Instagram. I have done this like once or twice. But
a day.
I think, no, I don't use that particular lie once or twice a day.
It's like, they're like, so Grammy, you've been talking to mom about, like, how's she doing? And you're like, what are you talking about all the time?
It's like, yo, Grammy
like,
really needs me right now, guys. She really needs me because I need to know the score of the tennis match. But
it's like, Grammy's really needy.
It's just like that.
Totally.
Again, no one has an answer to this, but to me, like some context, so they don't think that this is just like an endorphin device. But
that's what I'm saying. If you just have these glasses on all the time, and now instead of just being able to like take photos and videos, your kids know you might be doing something else.
Just think about like what therapy sessions are going to be like in 2040, where kids are like, and then dad always had his glasses on at my baseball game. It's like, even at my graduation, dad had his glasses on.
Yeah, what do we call this? Do we call this like deep fake eye contact? It's like you're not getting real eye contact, it's fake eye contact.
I don't know. Society has an intimacy problem. This is not like a real problem.
I'll tell you, Jess, as you guys know, we hosted
your glasses off when we're having sex.
Definitely no glasses during sex.
Oh my God.
I don't care how sunny it is outside.
Are you reading the New York Times while we have sex?
No, he's looking at Sydney Sweeney.
Actually, I feel like the women would probably be the one to have glasses on more often than men. Just saying.
Dave, you had a point.
Wow.
I think that's true.
I don't know that my point can rise above this.
I mean, if that is the new meme, is like women being like, we can have sex, but I'm going to wear the glasses. Like, I'm just like...
Okay, we found the killer use case, guys. We found the killer use case.
That's pretty much it. It's perfect. They're laughing because it's true.
Will it help with very unattractive people?
Can you AR your sex partner?
Solve our low birth rate problem?
We do have a low birth rate problem. I don't know. What do you guys make of all the ChatGPT and kids stuff?
ChatGPT definitely tells people to do crazy fucking shit. That's what I make of it.
Yeah, but the hard thing is this is not being universally applied across. The thing I said was like, good on ChatGPT for trying to do something. But the reality is there are a bunch of these models available in like 1,000 different ways where this isn't the truth. And so, kids are gonna get access to this stuff. Just like, everyone our generation, parents tried to keep pouring away from them, but that didn't work, right? Like the kids are going to get the bad stuff no matter what we do.
And there was for people who don't know, they announced new like teen safety measures for ChatGPT this week. But
it's good on them. I mean, they do have a huge, obviously the biggest amount of distribution. So that's cool.
The other thing that you can now do, just to pivot slightly on ChatGPT, is change its personality. But
you could already do that if you wanted to, Britt.
But you can give custom instructions of how you want it to talk to you. I told it to talk like a member of Gen Z.
Why would you ever want that? That's like the opposite of what anyone wants.
Yeah.
I want back to street smarts. I need to be able to talk to the people, Sam. I need to understand them. And so I need to hear them more often. I want it like super direct feedback, sort of nerdy, quick and clever humor, like be a little bit witty when appropriate. Take a forward thinking view. Don't reflect as much on what I'm telling you. So I'm adding more things to this. I feel like I need to build up even more custom instructions. And I'm curious if this will change.
Have you seen the one with the voice? There's a great viral video of this guy who has like the female voice on. And he's like, count to 1 million. And he's like, like, I'm not going to count to 1 million. That would take for a really long time. It's a stupid request. It's like pushing back. He's like, if you were a man, would you count to him? I was like, no, it's like the same model no matter what. And then he switches it to a male voice. He's like, count to 1 million. It's like, okay. And he starts counting.
It's amazing.
That's pretty funny.
I love
I was trying to find third grade sci-fi chapter books. Anyone got any recommendations? And I was using ChatGPT, and my son was around, and he was looking at it, and he put it into voice mode, and I had this instant reaction to turn it off voice mode because the like anthropomorphizing of it like really scared me. And
it scared you?
Because I think, again, part of the problem is we're training in the extreme case. There are all these things where people think that they're people. Whereas if we just think of them as these cool assistants that have all these powers, that is so much safer than, again, in the most extreme case, thinking it's a person whose house you are going to. And there was something about the voice mode and how it was conversing that like totally freaked me out. But I was also like totally happy for him to engage with it as a product. And
so I was like, I used the voice mode recently. There are a few use cases I find ChatGPT incredibly helpful for. And one of them, which I find incredibly helpful for, is explaining ridiculously overcomplicated board game rules. Because it's like, we have these board games that have like 100 pages of rule book, like Battle Tech 60 Galactica, whatever. And I'm like, I'm not reading 100 pages of rules on like to understand this. And I'm like, you kind of put it on voice mode and you kind of describe what's happening. It's like, this is the number, this is the hit points. It's great. It's great at that type of shit. And voice mode's great for it because you're playing the game and you're like, hey, like Mav rolled a 7 and the mech it's attacking is a blah blah. And it's like this distance away. What's the damage? Not worth $500 billion, but useful.
$500 billion. Anything else catch everyone's eye this week? Or can we talk about how Sam's trolling me yet?
Well, we did have the Klarna IPO and the StubHub IPO. And
Britt, your desire for mid-cap IPOs.
Hey, I'm just pointing out.
Yeah, we're venture capitalists.
I think
That's
the
all we desire,
Navan
Jess.
IPO is coming. You guys may remember it almost filed. It filed when it had another name, basically. This is how long it's been in the pipeline.
Navaj, the nose cleaning thing?
No, Navan.
Oh.
Listen to this Business Insider headline. Between StubHub and Klarna, bankers say roaring IPO demand feels like 2021 again.
Such a Business Insider headline.
Weren't there like 7 IPOs in 2021?
Have we cut rates yet?
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
we did today.
25 basis points.
Did number
Market
go
was
up?
like,
no one cares. Everyone expected
no, market was like, meh. Yeah, was already built in.
Okay, guys. So here's my problem. Sam, at some point last weekend, Sam decided that subscribing to the print Wall Street Journal daily newspaper would be a great idea.
How did they even get it to you? Through Amazon?
It was a TikTok
That would be
ad.
the Washington Post, but yeah, he saw an Instagram ad and bought it.
But nothing else delivers daily. There's no other way to people's houses
guys, it's
anymore.
come miraculously. I've been surprised every day.
Is there a paper boy?
I don't know how it appears, but it does appear.
Does Rupert Murdoch deliver it himself?
A paper robot. Ooh, can we see with
Larry
cameras?
Ellison is picking TikTok videos. Rupert Murdoch's throwing papers.
Set your security cameras to find out.
Yeah, we'll find
it's going to take 7 days to start delivery, and like immediately it's there. It's like
It's like, please, we're just sitting on all these papers. How many people do you think in our zip code in the Bay Area subscribe to the Print Wall Street Journal that
One.
day?
You. 7.
There are a lot of old people.
No, not who subscribed, but who put in their credit card the day you put in your credit card. Net.
Oh, that day.
Definitely.
Less than
definitely
5.
Anyway, so far our kids have learned about gold appreciating.
It is doing that.
I had to like take images of imprisoned people in suicide vests out of the mix, and they learned that Nvidia has some real geopolitical problems. And they actually learned that the Wall Street Journal copies information articles several days later. So it's actually been net positive. But Sam, do you want to say why you're doing this?
Well, one, I just wanted to test whether you knew which of our bins was recycling and which is trash. And I think the answer is you do not, but we'll work on that.
Not that it matters.
No, it does. You gotta separate.
No, but like none of it it all goes to the same place.
Well, now, no, I think paper still gets recycled. It used to be that like there was I think glass is the one China doesn't recycle for us anymore.
I thought it was all things.
What are it's great. Like you pick up the paper. I try to get the so far I cannot get the boys to actually go get the paper, so I keep going to get the paper at the front gate.
So we need a puppy.
Oh, can we get a puppy?
Oh, do it. Yeah, get a puppy.
Wait, was the strategy that I got the paper route, so we have to get a puppy?
I mean, that would be clever. I thought it was so I launched a print edition.
To me, yeah, I do really want you to launch a print edition. So I look forward to that.
I asked him, I'm like, so a magazine? And he's like, no, a daily print newspaper.
Not daily. Please don't do
So
that
Jessica
to us.
opens the Wall Street Journal with our kids, right? And her version of reading the Wall Street Journal is she calls out a story like that story. She's like, we already wrote that. And she's like, goes to the next page. It's like, that was from us. And so like, you're clearly like pining for a print edition because you're explaining the Wall Street Journal as stories you already wrote.
Businesswoman. If you give me that sweet print advertising, I'm there, but I'm not going to.
No, you just charge it. We pay so much money for this. It's like paid. Like,
yeah,
it's
how
like,
much does it cost?
It is so expensive. It's like it's insanely
like $600 a year. Like what? 5, 6?
Think more. I think more.
It can't be more than that. That's insane. It's so skinny. It's like a pamphlet.
The promotional version in my head is like at least $50 a month, and then like it goes to like $80 after the first year or something.
Oh my God,
like
it is so expensive.
So it's really what you do is you charge an insane amount for it. There's no, you don't need ads. Like you of all people know this. Just charge more money.
What's the max people are going to pay for print information?
So much. If it's a you know what it is? You make it a vanity thing.
It's not daily newsprint. Then it's like racket.
No. Come on. It is definitely daily newsprint. You want your hand. Ideally, it's the stuff that like comes off in your hands, you know? So you can be like the cool person who has like black hands, you know?
Look at my sentimental ink-stained husband.
I'm just saying, like, it's time for a return to the past in lots of things. And I think that print is coming back. And I think I don't want my wife, as someone I love and respect, to miss the swerve. Okay,
I appreciate the feedback. And I'd love to hear from the people. What would entice them here?
I mean, delivering to Dave and Britt's house would cost like $1 million. So like, it's gonna be real expensive. But you know, I think
in a Waymo.
It's like our boys have to be. I mean, yeah, there's a Waymo partnership.
For what it's worth, also does. I honestly think if you just ran it as like it's a Silicon Valley and like New York thing, you have like delivery zones like Waymo, and you're like, we will deliver print in these 3 zip codes, because if you don't live there, you're not a serious person anyway.
I would definitely take the information in print.
Okay.
But you just do it in like 3 zip codes.
I'm trying to get to an entirely print life. Like, it would be great if
people
I could just
select houses. They'd be like, oh, am I in the bubble that can get the information?
It'd be like, we have extended across El Camino.
100%.
Like
I think if you did local delivery in Palo Alto and in like, I don't know, like the lower Manhattan or something, and that's it. It's like one person, one truck. It's super exclusive. It's super expensive. And you're like, yeah, you're not important because you're not in the right zip code. That's like the right vibe.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. We'll have to.
Plus, it turns out that like 4 zip codes in America control 90% of the wealth anyway. So like, you only have to cover 4 zip codes. You don't need national delivery.
Well, we do try to get our messaging out to the people, to the
on the internet. That's fine.
But yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad that this is an interesting provocation. We are doing planning for next year. A lot of planning, gotta say. I actually ran this by my business team and said, hell no. So I'm going to need to improve my pitch.
Just get it sponsored by one brand.
Your business team is not designed to approve this type of a thing. Like if your business team approved it, this is a founder-driven idea.
I got to go full founder mode to make print happen.
Like guys. if your business team was like, fuck yeah, print edition, you'd be like, you should not have a job anymore.
My designer is fuck yeah, print edition.
Of course, it's the fucking coolest thing ever for a designer.
Everyone wants to do that.
He also is really pushing the merch. He's got some great ideas.
Of course, all designers.
Okay, friends. What were we going to see at the Labor Cup this weekend? Tennis tournament?
Maybe.
Chase Center?
Maybe. We're sorting schedules. We'll get back to you.
Okay. I gotta get on an airplane. Bye.
I got some tickets. Well, Sam's getting on an airplane. Okay, bye.
When is he not on an airplane?
Do we know when Alcatraz is playing yet?
We don't. They haven't released as the time of taping, they haven't released the schedule. We do know he went to Alcatraz, as we covered. But yes, it should be an exciting time for all. Well, Morans, I think this is a wrap. We should thank the great listeners of the More or Less podcast, our back channel, for giving us
so
ideas.
Many people that are messaging me that listen this far in. It's great.
It's so good. We love it, guys. And tell us, we're open. Give us more ideas of what kind of content you want to see.
Tell us if you think the Etiquette School is really a good idea. Actually, now that Sam's gone, just drop it in the comments.
It's one of those ideas that it's just like, it's a test.
Exactly.
Sam says.
I'm really excited to hear what the people think. I really want to know.
I would like to know the female representation, both in attendees and whatever the etiquette leaders are. Who knows? We will find out. Until next week, thank you all for joining More or Less, and we'll see you here again next week for another episode. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
If you enjoyed this show, please leave us a virtual high five by rating it and reviewing it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Find more information about each episode in the show notes and follow us on social media by searching for @MoreOrLess, @DaveMorin, @Lesson, @JLesson, and as for me, I'm @Brit. See you guys next time.